Welcome again to Mr. Tuman's guitar lesson. This is lesson 5 for transpositions. Okay, before that, I hope that you have reviewed and been practicing the songs that we did in the previous lesson, which is the Sing a Song by the Carpenters, right? You're practicing it. Continue practicing that, because that is going to be added to one of your repertoire. So actually this will be your first song, right? So continue practicing that. We're down, down, up, right? Down, down, up. And if not, just doing the one single stroke, downstroke, while concentrating on the changes of the chord slowly, okay? So that your muscles in your finger, right? Even though without strumming, just making changes of the chord from one chord to the next slowly, so that your fingers, your muscle in your fingers is gonna find its way to exactly where they're supposed to be in the finger fretboard, in the fretboard, okay? That's good. Right, just continue practicing that one. So, before we move on, I hope that you did the homework I asked you to do, which is finding your way, feeling your way to the scales, C scales, right? That sounded like this, right? With open strings, all right? However you find that one, it sounded like that, right? But before that, I will show you how it looks like in the musical staff, how the C scale looks like in the musical staff, okay? This one doesn't have an accidental. Accidental means you don't have to call the police or your car or your insurance. No, not like that, okay? It's a joke. That means, accidental means it doesn't have sharps or flats, okay? Not yet, because we're not there yet. But this is how it looks like, okay? And here it is. Alright, I hope you took notes on that to compare it on the keyboard or a piano. It looks like this, right? So the C scales, no sharps and flats, meaning it's all the white keys, right? It goes, right? No sharps and flats. No accidentals, go. Right? Good. Alright, next is, if you notice in that diagram I gave you, you notice the Roman numerals, right? And some of the Roman numerals is in the uppercase, and the other ones in the lowercase. The uppercase are played as a major chord, okay? Take that note, it's a major chord, just like the C major, okay? And the one with the lower cases notes, that means they are minor. What do you think, right? So there's a uppercase is a major, and then the lowercase are minor, and we will talk about that later. You also notice the solfege there. It says do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That means solfege is the way they say it to be able to sing it, to make the sound of the notes in voice. So they go Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, those are solfeges. So, because I'm sure that you want to be able to not only play but also sing. And the scale is where the musics are being built. Okay. Form. Alright, so notice what we are going to use for this particular song is only 3 chords. Okay, we are going to use, if you look into that note I gave you there, we're going to use the 1, 4, and 5 chords. Okay, 1, 4, and 5, which is most very basic chords that are being used for very simple songs. And one of that songs I'm going to give you today is called, you probably heard of this, is Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog. That will be the song, but for the use for this particular music, we are only going to use at this time the refrain. Okay, and the chords that we're going to use for those are this. Alright, you got the chords, okay? And this is what? C, F, and G. And if you go back to the scale that I have, the C is number 1, right? Which is a C major, number 1, okay? And then number 4 is F. If you can see, it's an uppercase. That means it is a major chord, okay? An F. And then the other one, the 5th, is the G, okay? G like this, or G, the simple G like that, or like that, okay? So that's 1 for the scale. If you're using the key or the scale of C, well, the number 1 is what? C, right? And then the number 4 is F. Okay, so C, D, E, F. Number 5 is G. Okay? Now, I'm telling you this because after this song, I'm gonna play the song, then I'm gonna show you the lyrics and the chords for that one, okay? And so that you can follow. You can probably read, go back to this music, to this video, and then follow the music, okay? And it goes like this. Okay, just notice it's gonna be a simple strumming I'm gonna do, okay? We're not gonna do the 4/4 signature strumming yet, but you can apply that one if you are that advanced. You can pick up right away, okay? But it goes like this, okay? It goes the refrain only, okay? For this purpose, we're just using this refrain, okay? It goes, joy to the world, all the boys and girls now, joy to the fishes in the deep sea, joy to you and me, okay? And here is the music, and then we'll follow for another segment, right here. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls now, joy to the fishes in the deep sea, joy. Alright, here we go. So, what do you think if we are going, what are the 3 chords that we're going to use if we transpose it to the key of C? Transposing means you're changing it from one key to another, alright? And from C, we're going up to D, right? Going up to the key of D. So if C is number 1 in the key of C, what is number 1 in the key of D? It's the D, right? So the chords that we are going to be using is just the 1, 4, and 5 in the key of D. So D is number 1. So D, E, F, G is 4, and then A, go back to A, right, from G, A is the number 5. So we're going to play it in the key of C first, and then we're going to play it in the key of D. Alright, so it goes like this. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. And D. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Alright. Now I'm going to give you another homework, okay? And it's gonna be this one. Okay, as you can see, you have all this from the key of, we did the C, right? Now I told you what is the key of D, what are the chords for that one. Just want you to write down the name of the chords, okay? And then I will give you, next time I will give you the pattern where the fingers are. Now if you want, if you cannot wait, you can probably find that for yourself on how to do that, and then just fill in those blanks, right? You can fill in if you want. If you're so excited about it, you can fill in the pattern for the chords, or otherwise you just put in the name of the chords and I will provide you the answer for each one of them. Now that's a lot easier. Doing a transposition is a lot easier to learn how the names of the chords, right? When you put it in the context of a music, it's a lot easier, and it's a lot easier to remember as well. Just like when you learn the letters of the alphabet, it's a lot easier to understand it when you put it in the context of a word, or even in the context of a sentence, right? So that is how it is with the music as well. We put it in the context of the music. So now that is your homework, and for the next one we're gonna do another 3 chords of music that you can transpose it on your own. All right. For the meantime, thank you very much for playing with me and learning with me, and hopefully you enjoy practicing. Okay, if you're slow, just making sure you're changing the slow change from one chord to another before you start strumming, okay, so that your changes of the chord on your fingers becomes comfortably easier for you. Right? For the meantime, enjoy, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.